Hey guys, so today I'm super excited to show you how to make this cute bag. It's inspired by all the trendy stuff about Barbie, and it's a super easy bag to make, honestly. Great for beginners. I've also made it in different colors. I've made it in black. I love this, it's so elegant. And I've also made it in a creamy white. So for this bag, you'll need some yarn. This is t-shirt yarn. I get it from Hooked. It's a yarn shop in Portugal, and I know they sell it on Amazon and at Joann's too if you're in the US. So yeah, so let's get started. You'll need about 300 grams of t-shirt yarn, and I'll be using a 7mm hook. You'll also need about 4 stitch markers and some scissors, obviously. So to get started, I usually do from 15 to 18 chains. So it really depends on how big you want it to be. So for me, this bag, I think I did 18 chains, which is about 23 centimeters. But like I said, if you want to do it bigger, you can just chain more. So this is how I do my slip knots. And we're gonna chain 18. For this pattern, you're only going to increase in row 1, and after that we're not going to increase anymore. So that's why I'm saying this is super easy. So what I do is I skip the first stitch and start on the second one. So in total we're going to do 17 single crochets over here. And I always take a stitch marker and place it on the second one over here. So this is just to help me know that this is where I have to stop. We're gonna do single crochets. So we skip the first one, insert your hook in the second loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again, put your hook through the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's 2. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're going to do that until we have 17. So for now, we did 17 single crochets, and we're gonna add 2 in the 17th hole, I guess we could say. So this was our 17 single crochet. We're gonna add 2 in the same hole. One and 2. And now we're gonna do, since this was the 17th hole, we have 16 single crochets left to do all the way through here. And while you're at it, you can also hide this tail. I'm about to do the 16th, so I'm gonna take my stitch marker off, and we're gonna do 16, and we're gonna add only one more in the same hole. So we're gonna add one here. Just like this. So now we're going to do a slip stitch. So this was our first stitch that we made. So we're gonna take our hook and insert it through our first stitch, yarn over, pull through these two here, and pull through this one loop. So this was the first, I guess we could say, row. Now it's super easy. We're done increasing, so we're just literally gonna do single crochets everywhere. So I'll do the next row with you. We're gonna chain 1. So now for row 2, we're going to insert our hook in the same hole that we did the slip stitch in. So in the first stitch we did when we first started the project. So we're going to insert our hook in the first one here, like this. We're gonna yarn over and pull through 2. Now what I like to do is put a stitch marker so I know where is the start of the row. So we're gonna continue just like that all the way through. We insert the hook through the 2 loops. So insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So I'm gonna continue and do all the way around it. So don't forget that this is where we chained 1, and this is the slip stitch. So we have to stop doing single crochets in this one over here. So here I'm almost done. I only have 1 stitch left to make over here. And we're gonna do a slip stitch once again. So we're gonna take off this stitch marker, insert your hook through here, yarn over, pull through, and pull through this one too. I like to make it super tight so there's no holes that show on the side of the bag. So now once again we're gonna chain 1 and insert our hook in the same hole that we did the slip stitch. So here you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So once again we're gonna do slip stitches all the way through, and once again 2. So this is our first stitch here, and don't forget to stop here because this is our chain 1 that we just did, and this is the slip stitch. So we stop over here, our single crochets. So now I have 1 stitch left to make before I'm done with row 3. And we're gonna do a slip stitch once again. And we're gonna chain 1 and put our hook in the same hole that we did the slip stitch and make a single crochet. So now we're gonna repeat these steps that we just made 7 more times. So in total now we have 3 rows, so we're gonna do 7 more. So in total we're gonna have 10 rows. So I'll see you when I'm done doing the 10 rows. So now I've just finished the 10 rows, and I'm gonna show you how I finish it off. So to do that, we're gonna do a slip stitch, like this, and we're just gonna pull some extra yarn, and cut it. And what I do is I pass it through this hole here. So I pass the yarn through the first stitch, so here, and I pull it tight like this, and over here I make a knot, so it stays in place. Very tight. So for now, the next step is totally up to you if you want to do it or not. Since I sell these bags, I use a magnetic button so people can close the bag. So it's something that looks like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew in these buttons because it's much easier to do it when you don't have the strap in the way. So I'm gonna do this now. I get these on Amazon. Let me know if you want me to link it down in the description. And how I do this is basically I just take 2 stitch markers and I try to find as best as I can the middle. So I just eyeball it honestly to see where it is. So I think it's somewhere here. So I'll just clip it. So I clip it like this, and I try to find the stitch that is in front. So it's this one here. So I'm gonna put a stitch marker here too. So I'm just gonna sew it with some thread, just like this. So now that I'm done sewing the magnetic clasp, I will show you how to make the strap. So for that you need a couple of stitch markers. Okay. So for this part, you need to flatten your work, and it's like gonna divide your work in 2. So you want to leave 6 stitches on both sides. So here is the middle, so I'm gonna leave 3 here and 3 here. So I'm gonna put a stitch marker on the 3rd one here and on the 3rd one here. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So this one's a bit crooked. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Like this. Then you're gonna take your yarn And we're gonna take off this stitch marker and insert our hook just like this. You're gonna take your yarn and pull it through like this and chain 1. Then you're gonna do 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a last one here, 5. Now we're gonna loosen up this hook a bit. So here you have 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For this next step, we're gonna skip the first we did here and insert our hook in the second one. You're gonna put your hook through this loop and pass it through here. Then we're gonna yarn over and pull through and do 3 single crochets. So we're gonna, since we skipped one here, we're gonna skip here. So instead of doing 4 single crochets, we're gonna do 3. As you can see here, we have 4 left. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, but we're gonna skip this one. We're just gonna do 3 single crochets in these 3. So put your hook through like this. Oops. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through again, these 2 loops. That's 1. This is 2. And we have 1 left. This is going to be 3. And we're going to leave a loop just like this again. So now we have 4 stitches. We have 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one is a bit hidden here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for now on, we're gonna work on these 4 stitches. So we're gonna insert our hook in the first one here. Put the loop through and pull through. Don't do the stitches too tight because it's gonna hurt your fingers. Okay. So you're gonna yarn over and pull through. That's 1. Then you're gonna insert your hook and do a single crochet. Another single crochet here. So we have 2 loops left here, 2 stitches left. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and the last one here. our last one over here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. We're gonna do that again, and you're gonna see it's gonna start creating a little curve. So we have again 1, 2, 3, and 4. Insert your hook in the first here, pass a loop through your hook, pull through, yarn over. Then we have 3 single crochets, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, 2 more, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and a last one here. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing that until you have the desired length. So this is really up to you. So now I think this is a good length. I like the way it looks, so I'll measure it to tell you how much it is, because this one's about 30 centimeters. So you always gotta adjust, so depending on the thickness of your yarn and stuff, this is probably gonna change. So here I did my last stitch, so I'm gonna show you how to close it off. You're gonna insert your hook in the first stitch, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This was the first one, and you're just gonna put the loop, your hook in the loop, and pull it through. And leave some yarn like this, and we're gonna cut it. Okay. So we're gonna repeat the same process we've made at the beginning of the strap, but we're only gonna do 2 rows. So the first one with the 6 stitches and the second one with the 4 stitches. So I'm gonna take off this stitch marker and put my hook through it. I'm gonna take some yarn and pull it through like this, and we're gonna chain 1. Just gonna adjust by pulling, and we're gonna do 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 5 here, like this. We're gonna pull it a bit, insert our hook not in the first one we've made, but in the second, pull through here, chain 1, pull your hook through here, and make 3 single crochets. Leaving 1 stitch behind. Okay, so now we're pretty much done. We only have one step left. So we're gonna leave a long tail of yarn to connect the two parts like this. So now we're gonna connect this part to this part here. For this, I suggest you pin them down because it can get a bit confusing. So here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 stitches. So I'm gonna put a stitch marker on the 4th, and I'm gonna connect it with the 4th one here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like this. And I'm gonna connect the 3rd one to the 3rd one. Here. So now what we're gonna do, this is annoying, I'll just put it away real quick. I'm gonna hide it later. Okay, so you're gonna pass your hook through the first stitch here and pull the yarn like this. Then you're gonna pass it through the 2nd stitch. Now that it's in the 2nd stitch, the extra yarn that we're using to weave in is technically pointing inward of the bag. So we're gonna take this and pass it through the 2nd loop, the 2nd stitch of the bottom part here, and we're gonna pass it through the 3rd one here. So I'm gonna take this off and just put it like this. We're gonna pass it through here. Now we're gonna put our hook through the 3rd stitch of the top part. We're gonna put our hook through the 3rd stitch of the top part and pass the yarn through. And lastly, we're gonna pass it through the 4th loop, the 4th stitch. We're gonna pass it through here. Now that it's pointing inward, we're gonna pass it through the 3rd one of the bottom part. And we're gonna pass it through the 4th one. Like this. You can pull it tight. And now this little piece here, I'm just gonna bring it down and use it to fasten this piece to make a knot. Now you can just find a way to connect these two and make a knot. Gonna bring it downward just a bit. Okay, so I'll make a knot and I will weave in these parts, and I'll see you when I'm done doing that. So now I'm done weaving in the ends, and as you can see, it's not a very seamless look here. I ordered from Amazon a silk ribbon, and I just make a bow tie, and I think it gives it a better look too with a bow. It gives off more Barbie vibes. A little bow. And we can cut off the excess. So this is the result. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll answer everyone. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed making this simple, easy, and very pretty little bag. Bye!